Hi, it's Randie O'Neill here, and I am an Americana roots artist, which means it's a little country, a little soft rock with a little folk thrown in. Think kind of Melissa Etheridge, Bonnie Raitt with some Pat Benatar. And every now and then I'll throw in some Mumford and Sons. This is my inner sanctum. This is where I come to relax, unwind. It's my creative space. I leave the negative world out there and can kind of come in here and recharge, which is what I like to do. I am from a little town in Pennsylvania, outside of Allentown. It's a little town called Hockendakwa. It's right across the river from Catasauqua. Anyone heard of it? So I'm now living in northern New Jersey. But you know what? Pennsylvania is still where I'm from. It's still kind of home. And that's really where my journey through song begins. Because I had alcoholic parents. My stepfather was very abusive. And when you grow up in that environment, it's all you can do to survive. You're not supported. You're put down a lot. And you just don't ever feel good about yourself. You don't feel confident to try new things. You don't bring friends over. It's just what you do. So I use music to kind of get me through that. I would just go in my room and it got tough and I would just, crank the music and sing along. And that's how I started. But I had no confidence to sing in front of people. I tried auditioning for bands, but they have to put me in a closet. It wasn't until after college and I had put myself through school and that I started to feel kind of confident. And someone's like, why don't you try writing your own songs? And I'm like, all right. I was taking voice lessons at that point. So I started writing my songs, and I'd have to hum out the melodies to different guitar players that I was working with. Finally, I put my own band together. We were playing New York City for a while. AMA, Against Medical Advice, is kind of where I started. But it wasn't until about 10 years ago that I decided that I was going to do my own solo project. And I was going to play guitar. Now, that's always been a difficulty for me because I tried playing guitar as a kid in 8th grade, and one day I came home, the guitars were gone. And I didn't know what to do. You felt so defeated that they took something that you loved and just didn't care. So I sat in a curb and I was like, I'm gonna sing. So here I am, like 10 years ago, trying to play guitar, and I'm crying, and I just can't get past it. And I finally learned my first song, Pink, Perfect. And then my guitar teacher's like, okay, now do bar chords. I'm like, bar chords, that's what guitar players do. And yeah. But he was very patient with me, and we got through it. And finally, I'm able to, put the chords to my own songs. And I've learned to kind of collaborate with other people and really listen to more guitar work and bring that into the songs. I still start with my choruses. I still start with that tagline. Again, it could be the chorus. It could go into the verse. It could be the first line of the song. But I usually have an idea where it's going to start. Okay, and I let it evolve from there. And then you play with tempos and beats. And I work hard to let a song be what it wants to be. And sometimes it's going to be a country song. Whispers, it's Pedal Steel. Yeah, that's a country song. And then there's Full Moon Rising, which is you throw in some banjo, and that's kind of like a folk country song. So I work really hard at different sounds for different songs, and taking them in direction and again, where they're going to have the most impact. I want a story, but I want an uplifting message to it as well. So this song has to do with a song challenge that I was involved in with Ellis Paul, and his challenge was to write a song about pride. And I thought, pride? Isn't that something what parents give you? And I was like, I don't have any of that. And I'm like, well, I have some. So the story started to evolve from there. So And it was my parents' lack of pride and feeling good about themselves that I had to overcome if I was going to really go on and move on. So this song is called Daddy's Pride. I'm the girl on the playground, kids all around. I'm in a corner, can't make a sound. I'll stay in my room with my guitars for the afternoon. It's where I belonged, but one day they were gone. And who are you to me now? Who are you to me now? My daddy, he never taught me pride. My daddy, he never taught me pride. With a drink in his hand and evil in his eyes, my daddy never taught me pride. Children laugh and play, I never knew life that way, but I'll face the day and I'll do it my way. But who are you to me now? Who are you to me now? My daddy, he never taught me pride. My daddy, he never taught me pride. With a drink in his hand and evil in his eyes, my daddy never taught me pride. Guess I'm on my own with a song for a soul, but I hold my head up high. I always get by, 'cause daddy, I'll find it on my own. Daddy, I'll find it on my own. But who are you to me now? Who are you to me now? My daddy, he never taught me pride. My daddy, he never taught me pride. With a drink in his hand and evil in his eyes, my daddy never taught me pride. With a drink in his hand and evil in his eyes, my daddy never taught me pride. And that song, it just kind of came out of me. It just was there in 20 minutes. And I think it was the only song that my producer, barely changed a note. And sometimes that happens. And sometimes you're editing and you're editing and editing. And it's a process, and you bring in a guitar player and things can change again. So next to writing songs, one of my favorite things to do also is make videos. And I have a couple up on YouTube, which is YouTube.com/Randie O'Neil. And again, you have to spell it RANDIEONEIL. If you spell it with a Y, you're going to get a baseball player, and you don't want to do that. So you can find me on YouTube. My website is cleverly RandieO'Neil.com. I'm all over Facebook. I have a fan page, which is the Lost But Not Broken Club. And I spent a lot of time on there. I'm live streaming once a week, sending messages back and forth. And that's where I really connect with people, because that's really, really important to me. So the Lost But Not Broken Club, I spend a lot of time there. If you want to join the fan club, you can find me on Facebook. If you want free stuff for signing up, it's join.RandieO'Neil.com. And that's the former membership, and that gets you on my email list and gets you some free stuff. So I hope you find me there. The website is where you want to go to find my summer schedule, which is coming up. I just released a album called Full Moon Rising. And it was my COVID project because I'm a wanderer. Like, I love adventure and going to new places, meeting new people, and being pent up. I didn't know what to do with myself. It was like 3 years of full moons, and I was getting really restless. So that's what Full Moon Rising is about. Added some banjo, some driving. That's got a lot of Mumford and Sons in it. Queen of the Barstool two-step. There was no nightlife, nowhere to go. And at one point I had broken up with someone, and that's what you did. You put on your makeup, you put on your best pair of jeans, and you went out, and you were the queen for the night, and you tried to pretend everything was all right. So, little something for everyone. Whispers is people stuck together, but yet they're not connecting. And sometimes that was happening during COVID. So there's a sing-along, sidewalks. So it was a really fun project that really came together. Treat Me Right is on there. And that was the first song that I ever put my own guitar chords to. So I'm kind of proud of that one. So my summer schedule is going to kick off on July 13th. I'll be down in Roanoke, Virginia. Then I think it's Chattanooga. Then it's Nashville. Then Allendale. So I'm going to do a little Southern invasion. They just love live music down there, and it's just great audiences. So look forward to meeting you there. So Google my name. I'm there, and I hope to meet you really soon.